Ohio Governor John Kasich faced a firestorm over proposed budget cuts that would save the Buckeye State from implementing economy-crushing tax hikes. But now even those that opposed him during the election are starting to come around? Really? Well, what's his message to Congress as well as it mulls raising the nation's debt ceiling? Ohio Governor John Kasich joins me now. Good morning to you, Governor.
Hey, good to be with you.
So what you're telling me is that some of the people who didn't like you very well during all those protests, that they're actually coming over to your side of things?
Well, I don't know if that's true yet. It takes a long time to get people to understand what we're doing. But, you know, Gretchen, in 97, I spent 10 years of my life culminating in 97 when I was the chief architect of the balanced budget. Had a great team of people who, frankly, were the key to it. And we got the budget balanced. We paid down debt. We cut taxes, and the economy was strong in America. And, you know, then at some point they all lost their way down there. But then I left, and I came to Ohio, and I inherited an $8 billion deficit, and we've lost more jobs in Ohio than any other state but California and Michigan in the last 10 years. And instead of just, you know, navel-gazing, the leadership in the House and the Senate and I got together, and we've eliminated, and we are on the verge of eliminating an $8 billion structural deficit and maintaining a tax cut so we can create an environment in Ohio where we can start creating jobs rather than losing them. So it's pretty significant, and I think the message to politicians is build a good team that's committed to doing something good for the people, and that's the way you need to march.
I know you probably don't care about these numbers, and by the way, this latest approval rating poll was taken back in March, the 15th to the 21st. It's the latest one that we have. But only 30% of your constituents approve of the job that you're doing, 46% disapprove. Do you care about that at all?
Well, you don't ever want to have people not like you, but look, this is there's lots of polls and lots of questions, but look, change is always difficult, Gretchen. And if you know, I keep my eyes centered on two things. First of all, I'm a public servant, and I know what it takes to create jobs and rescue our state. And secondly, you know, frankly, I'm a servant of the Lord, and that just means that my goal is to strengthen families and help children and get people out of poverty and homelessness and get people back to work. And so I don't play a lot of politics, and either do the leaders that I work with. And as a result of it, we're making the kind of choices that we believe over time we're going to restore the strength of the Buckeye State. And that's what this is all about. And too many politicians worrying about who's yelling and screaming. You know, the great leaders throughout history, not that I'm one of them, but the great leaders are ones that focus on, you know, the ultimate results, and they drive to it.
Right. Is one of your parts of your job as governor to recruit big companies to Ohio? Because it's my understanding that Sears is considering moving from Illinois, where taxes continue to go up and up, to Ohio. Is that true?
Well, first of all, Gretchen, the way we look at it is you want to, as Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young said, you want to love the one you're with, which means that companies that are here need to be the ones that are strengthened, and they're the ones that we hope that they will expand. We've had a lot of good news. We've saved American Greetings, Diebold, Goodyear, Bob Evans, and just this week, General Motors announced a $204 million investment in Toledo. Things are starting to happen, and why? We've got location, we've got good workers, so strengthen the ones we have, and of course we're out trying to poach any company that we can possibly get and create an environment, Gretchen, really, this is the bottom line, where people say, hey, I want to live in the heartland. I want to be where common sense prevails. So that's the kind of stuff we're doing.
I guess that's a yes on Sears. Before we finish up, I want to talk about school choice because I know that you have a new initiative. What is it?
Well, our school choice is to expand vouchers, take the cap off of charter schools, and ultimately develop a fair system to pay teachers on the basis of performance. You know, the ones that do a great job ought to be paid over $100,000, and we've invited teachers in to help us to put the criteria together. But overall, Gretchen, this is all about, you know, accountability and making sure our children are the ones that get the emphasis. We are in the bottom 10 in dollars in the classroom, in the top 10 in dollars in the bureaucracy and red tape. We're even going to change our school funding formula in the future to make sure that a child walks into a classroom, they're empowered, and the teacher in that classroom are empowered. Many people call our reforms here the most comprehensive in the country. I'm excited about them.
Right. Face a lot of controversy with it, though. Governor John Kasich.
Absolutely.
Always great to speak with you. Have a great weekend.
Be with you. Thank you.